Hello.
No.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome to Vision Mission. My name's Alex Olson.
And I am Kristy Ladd-Culp.
And we're so excited to talk to you guys today.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about CCVI and the Trolley Run, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about some really awesome things, the community that we serve, and then we're going to...
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some really awesome things, the community that we serve, and then we're going to dive into Trolley Run.
Yeah, and the why behind Trolley Run and what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, Alex, do you want to tell me a little bit about your history with CCVI? It is long and deep.
I do have a long history with CCVI. So I started at CCVI as a classroom teacher, fresh out of college. Man, they took a chance hiring me.
A good chance.
Yeah. And I taught here for a few years. I moved home. And then I moved back in 2020 and became part of, the leadership team. And now I'm director of vision services. And, there's no looking back. I'm here for life, man. So it's just been a really crazy journey to think that I've been kind of involved with CCVI for the better part of almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
What inspired you to get into low vision or blind services?
Oh, I got bored in college.
Yeah.
My story's crazy. I needed a foreign language and I just took Braille. And
what?
I know. It's crazy. I was like, let's just take Braille. Sure. And I fell in love with it.
Okay.
Absolutely fell in love with it. And I just didn't ever think twice about it. I just went full speed ahead, dove right in, and have just been in love with the field ever since. It's just kind of evolved after that. So I really love, the neurological brain-based visual impairments. So I have just dove in with that. But, I have a really, really deep love and passion for Braille and the community that we serve, the kids that we serve. And yeah, I love the field. I love CCVI, and it's really just a great place to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
We have very different backgrounds, but
yes,
we met at CCVI.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell me, we met at CCVI, but tell me how you kind of got involved with CCVI.
Yeah. So I, born and raised in Kansas City, went to college, had a kind of a similar experience. I studied music therapy in undergrad.
Okay.
I loved the clients and the population that I was serving, but I was terrible at singing, playing the piano, and playing the guitar, which are all three very important elements of the music side of music therapy. And so I got in my sorority, I got involved with fundraising and early childhood and kiddos and realized, man, I really like event planning and fundraising and things like that. And I was like, I'm not so great at this whole music part, but I was 3 years in and kind of learned about a different degree program, arts administration, which is a focus on nonprofit management, et cetera, and kind of switched my career path. And so then coming out of college, I worked in nonprofits in the fundraising space, event planning, and then I am an endurance athlete myself. And kind of when I saw the job opening with CCVI, I was like, this checks a lot of boxes for me. I'm really interested and really passionate about so many elements of what this job could be, and started in December of 2019 as a special events manager at CCVI.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
I
2020.
feel like you're being really humble about being an endurance athlete, though.
No.
You're an Ironman.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've done two?
I've done
so
two.
Far, and
yeah.
You're signed up for a third, right?
I'm not signed up for a third full.
Okay.
I'm signed up for a really hard half Ironman.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
I can't. That's amazing. Okay. Yes. Amazing.
Thanks. So yeah, as with life, we kind of go different places. I was the race director in 2020. 2020. We all know what 2020 was. So we were actually the first race to go virtual. So being a spring race, we're one of the first out of the gate here in Kansas City and one of the largest. We went virtual. And then in 2021, we were the first race back in person. So it was exciting, a lot of learning opportunities, a lot of experiences, a lot of just figuring things out as we went. Now I serve on the board at CCVI. I was a Trolley Run co-chair last year, and it's been fun to stay involved as the years have gone on. So yeah.
So I think, we're here to kind of talk about like who CCVI is. Yeah. And I think for me to kind of tell people who CCVI is to talk about who we serve. Mm-hmm. And the kids are the most important piece of who CCVI is. So, we serve kids with visual impairments birth to 21, and they are everything to CCVI. And it's not just, it is for the kids, but it's not just all about the kids, right? So we do outreach, we do professional development, we do community education, we do parent groups, we, Trolley Run. There's so many different things that we have to offer to our community. And CCVI really is, I feel like, a staple of the Midwest of, what services for children with visual impairments should look like. And, as we kind of look towards the future and build our strategic plan, that's my goal, is for us to be that Midwestern hub of, that's who we should be going to see, to look at as the gold standard. Mm-hmm. We are who other people should be copying, and who other people should be coming to look at.
Because CCVI is only one of 9 organizations? Five now? Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. 5. So one of 5 in the entire country, right?
Yes. So we're very, very rare.
And it's what I found really powerful coming to CCVI and learning about why early childhood intervention is so important is 85% of what a child learns before the age of 5 is all visual. And so when that is impaired, how do we prepare the child for kindergarten?
Exactly.
And for life? Right. So that's where CCVI is coming in.
Yeah. And it's and I like how you phrase that, because it's not just preparing them to go to school. It's preparing them for life. Like when they leave these doors, or when they leave our programming, it's to prepare them for a successful life. It's not just preparing them to be in the next classroom or in the next daycare or, going to their next school. It is to make sure that they are successful wherever they go for the rest of their lives. And that is what really has drawn me in with the mission, is that it's just, it's for life. Yeah. It's really just to set them up for success for forever. So,
such important work. When I learned about CCVI and the Trolley Run, the Trolley Run has been around we're 35 years this year? 36 years this year. It's one of Kansas City's oldest and largest races, period.
Yeah, right.
And so for me, coming from the background of a runner, an events person, not understanding that the Trolley Run benefited CCVI and who CCVI was.
There are so many people that don't make that connection. And it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, I think, something we've strived to do every year is kind of focusing on the why behind the Trolley Run. And so as CCVI's largest annual fundraiser, it's imperative to the operations of the organization.
Right. And I think, with just the improvements that we've made with the marketing of it, and the way that we've incorporated different things along the race route, and just how we've marketed the why behind the Trolley Run, and how our staff shares Facebook posts or how we post on social media now, just sharing the why behind Trolley and why it's so important and how every dollar matters. Because if we didn't have Trolley, where would we be?
Right.
I mean, and it's so important for people to be making that connection. And it's such a powerful race. It's such a powerful connection for people to make, and it's such a powerful platform for us to have in Kansas City. I mean, 4,000 runners, that's 4,000 people that we can share our mission to. And that's such a cool thing.
It is.
So,
and I think what makes Trolley Run so unique is who you see out there. So, CCVI families, alumni, current families that are here, they know what the Trolley Run is. They know that it's their event, that it benefits the school, and they're showing up. But then you also have all of the community. And so the community showing up and then realizing, oh, this is who this race benefits. This is the direct impact that I'm making with my participation fees, with my donations, with showing up here today and sharing the streets with everyone.
Yeah. And I really like how, we always have the different colored shirts for the family teams and things like that. I love that we celebrate our families that come out, and I love that we get to share the course with our families, because again, that's just raising that awareness of, these are the children that are directly benefiting from you being here right next to them on the same course.
Yeah.
And it's really leveling the playing field. Like, these kids are able to do the same exact thing that you're doing.
Right.
And it's just such a cool thing to be able to witness that and to be a part of that. And for, our team to be planning that is just such a blessing.
Yeah. And to see the evolution year over year, now that I've been around for a hot minute now, and I'm sure you can probably speak to this more, is like seeing kiddos who start out that our families are coming, maybe they're 3 years old, they're in a stroller or a wheelchair or adaptive device. And then 4 years later, they're doing the entire 4-mile course on their own, and taking off. Like, oh, I just got the goosebumps.
Really
and
neat.
seeing them achieve that and having their own special day and their own special party to everybody just celebrates them.
Yeah. Yeah, so, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has Trolley changed over the years? I mean, aside from, I feel like every year Trolley just continues to grow, and I really love that. I feel like the runners have become more diverse throughout the years, and our sponsors and our vendors have become more diverse throughout the years. And I really love to see that. I really love to see, the different community engagement. So I think that is a really, really cool thing. I love to see way back when, I don't know if I remember as many people being out on their lawns throughout the neighborhoods, kind of celebrating all of the runners and walkers, kind of like going by and things like that. So I think that's a really cool change. How do you feel like it's changed over the years? Yeah,
I think with it being a point-to-point race, it's always been point-to-point. The 4-mile distance is very unique. The families, I think Kansas City overall has embraced races over the years and really makes mornings of it. We see volunteers come out that are repeat volunteers, that they know the intersection they want to be there. They want to be there with their cowbells and their pom-poms cheering on. So I think seeing that grow. Honestly, COVID was hard. COVID impacted not just us at the Trolley Run at CCVI, but impacted races overall. And so kind of coming back from that, we're still growing. We're still not quite to where we were pre-COVID. So I think naturally COVID has impacted and has made changes. But in general, I think it's the heart of the mission. I don't know that it's really changed all of that much. Like, it's still the why behind what we do and why the Trolley Run happens.
Yeah. I think one thing that has not changed for me is that my dad is still obsessed with Trolley.
Your dad is the cutest.
He flies up every year.
From Florida.
Yes.
Yes.
And he will buy every piece of merchandise possible. And he is so excited to be at Trolley Run every year. And I fully prepare everyone that he's about to meet that he will cry when he meets you. And he will hug you and he will cry and he will just be so proud. And he I think this is his 11th Trolley Run. This year will be his 11th Trolley Run that he will do. He does not miss it for the world. And it's just it's such a cool thing because like, you know, even when I didn't work here, he still came out and did Trolley Run. And, you know, it's just people don't realize how much impact the mission can make. And that is just a true testament to it. You know, and it's just such a cool thing to see, you know, how excited he gets over it and how proud he is about it. And, you know, he's got his little collection of medals on the wall.
Love it.
In his gym. And, you know, it's just such a cool thing. So,
and that is one thing that's changed. The Trolley Run actually didn't used to provide medals.
I know.
It wasn't until 2020 that we started doing that.
I know.
So that's
yeah.
So cute. He's the most precious. And it's a family affair for you guys too. I mean, your sister's involved. Bring the kids out.
Kristy, do you have highlights?
Highlights of Trolley Run. I do. Do you want me to talk about Caleb? Can I talk about it without crying? I don't know that I can.
Yes, you can.
Can I?
You can.
Okay.
Your highlights about Trolley Run. You've got some.
Okay, my highlights about Trolley Run. You know, we've constantly talked about the mission, the why behind it. It's just not your typical race. It's not a race that you just go out and run. Like, there's a meaning. There's a true, deep, compassionate meaning behind Trolley Run. And to see the appreciation from the families, the students, the staff, it really weighed heavily on me. It really meant a lot to me. The very first year that we were back, like towards the end of the finish line, I saw Caleb and Jill was like, "Caleb, there's Miss Kristy. Give her a hug. Thank her for putting it on." And he gave me the biggest, most true, honest hug. Like, and I felt it. Like, I just felt it. And then it happened again the next year. And then the next year. And we happen to have photos of this hug. So I have, 3 or 4 years of photos. And it's the why behind the race. And so I love that. Yeah. I love that so much.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's something that will happen year after year after year for you guys.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. With the Trolley Run, with it being that unique 4-mile distance, I think some people maybe look at it their first time and are like, well, that's more than a 5K, because a 5K is only a 5K is 3.1 miles. Right. So we're asking a little bit more, but it's a great entry-level race. It's a great entry-level event for anybody that's, wanting to get a little bit more active, wants to give back. It's a point-to-point, which means that you park at the plaza and we'll bus you up to the start line, which is in Waldo. And then it's 4 miles mostly downhill from Waldo to the plaza.
Yeah.
And we have everyone from elite level athletes that are going out there for their PR. The Trolley Run has a lot of actually Missouri State records because of the nature of the course. But it's great for anybody who just wants to have some meaningful movement, I'm going to call it, that day.
Right. I'm not a runner, and it's an easy course.
Yeah.
It's not super intimidating. It's really easy.
Yeah.
It's a nice walk. There's a lot of shade. There's always a breeze. And it's a beautiful course too. Yeah. And you're surrounded by so many friendly people.
Yeah.
That it's really, it goes by so quickly, and it's just a gorgeous walk. It doesn't feel like 4 miles.
No, not at all.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, and when you get to the end, we have our signature After Bash Festival. So we have vendors and lots of fun snacks and goodies for adults and kiddos. And then we also have the Kids Trolley Run, which takes place down there right after the race. So kiddos have an opportunity to participate and get to self-seed in different distances that you feel appropriate. And we line the street and cheer on all of the kiddos during their special race. So good. It was so great to chat with you about this.
So nice to talk with you.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll see you on April
28th. Yeah, at the Trolley Run.
At the Trolley Run.
So, yeah.
We'll be there.
Thanks for much.
You're welcome for much. You're going to have a blooper reel after this. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We look forward to seeing you guys all on April 28th for the Trolley Run, CCVI Trolley Run.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.